There are many reasons why people decide to buy a home. Some of them are great reasons, and some are not so great and can cost people tens of thousands of dollars. Well, here are 3 bad reasons to buy a home, and also 3 good ones. Hi, I'm Nathan Dane, realtor with the Krista Hartman Home Team in St. Louis, Missouri, and people always float out their advice on what other people should do when it comes to buying a home. When I work with my clients, I always want to know why they want to buy a home, and not every reason is a good one. So make sure to stick to the end of the video because the last reason is the one that I hear most frequently. A horrible reason to buy a home is because interest rates are historically low. Yes, interest rates greatly impact how much home you can afford. 1% increase in the interest rate decreases your buying power by 10%. AKA, your monthly mortgage payment would be the same if you bought a $300,000 home at 3% interest rate and a $270,000 home at a 4% interest rate. You can get a lot more bang for your buck with these low interest rates. However, this is a bad reason to buy a home. Don't have FOMO, the fear of missing out, because interest rates are rising. Rates don't jump 1 to 2% overnight. It usually takes years to increase significantly. And if you're not financially ready to buy a home, you should wait because it could cost you a lot more than paying a slightly higher interest rate. A better reason to buy a home is because you're financially ready. For most buyers, that means having enough saved up to afford the down payment, closing costs, and movers. And on top of that, you want to have roughly 3 to 6 months worth of housing expenses saved in reserves when, not if, things start to break down. And I always suggest having at least $5,000 in a rainy day fund and set aside $200 to $300 per month for home repairs. Because being financially ready also means you can afford the mortgage payment. And this is a much better reason to buy a home than because you want to capitalize on the low interest rates. The second awful reason to buy a home is because the housing market is hot. Many people, especially first-time home buyers, can have a fear of missing out, thinking that home prices are going to go up and continue to go up. They don't want to miss out and not be able to afford a home if prices continue to go north. You're probably thinking, here comes the part where he says that there's going to be a crash and to wait to buy until then. Well, no, I'm not. There's a lot of sound data and evidence saying that there won't be a crash. And my wife and I personally are buying a home right now. And I mention all of this because it's easy to think that you're going to miss out if you don't buy right now. But buying a home is a long-term decision. One you're stuck with for years. So don't be short-sighted and only think about the short term, but how buying a home will impact your life in the long term. A better reason to buy a home is because you've done your research. You know that the housing market is fundamentally strong. You know builders have been building not enough homes for over a decade, and it will take a long time to catch the supply up with the demand. You know that millennials are in their prime home buying years, and there's more millennials than baby boomers. So there's still going to be strong demand for the years to come. And you also know that right now there are more qualified buyers than there have ever been. So it's nothing like 2008 when buyers used risky loans and didn't have the income to pay for the mortgage, causing millions of homes to go into foreclosure. Knowing the real estate market and your city's market is a much better reason to buy. The last reason that people buy a home is one that I hear most frequently, but can cost you tens of thousands of dollars if you take this advice without knowing the risk. And that is, buying a home is always a good investment. Now, your home is a great long-term investment, and for many people, their primary residency is considered their investment, but it's really not. It's a liability because you're paying a mortgage every month with no guarantee that you'll be making money from it. Now, the longer you live in the home, the greater likelihood you will have made money when you go to sell the home, because real estate prices rise on average 3.6% every year. But real estate prices aren't linear. They fluctuate and go up and down. So I don't ever bank on making money with my primary home unless I plan on keeping it for a long time. Now, I'm not saying buying a home won't make you money. My family invests the majority of our savings into buying houses because I think it's the best way to increase our wealth. But don't buy a house without doing your research because you think that it will make money when you go to sell the home. A better reason to buy is because it fits your needs right now and in the future. Buy a home that fits your current living needs, but also think about what you're gonna be needing 5 to 10 years down the road. That way, your home can grow with your needs and allow you to stay in that home for many years, increasing the likelihood that you will make more money when you go to sell the home because you don't need to keep buying a new home every few years. There's so much that goes into buying the right home for you, and it's easy to see a home online, love the kitchen, and want to buy it. You need to make sure that you're financially ready, not short-sighted in why you're buying, and make sure that your home fits your current needs and your needs in the future. And that's a lot to figure out, and why using a real estate agent is so important. We guide you through the process and make sure that you find a home that truly fits what your needs are. And if you want to learn more about us or home searches in St. Louis, check out our other videos.